Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. This is going to be the Resident Evil 4 Remake honest review. No editing, no script, this is live recorded, just off the top of the head, off my dome. There are a few things I want to go over. I'd like to start with what I like about it first, and then we'll go in and critique it a bit. You might be wondering why I have Resident Evil 4, the original, on, by the way. Because I felt like it. I don't have to explain myself. Anyway, let's see. There were a few topics I wanted to touch on. First of all, the movement is what we'll get to. So movement, it's very nice. I like how it feels. Leon has a dash. There's a crouch, which we'll get into more in a bit. You're very, very smooth, you know. Or in the original, you know, you kind of have to, if I want to turn, I gotta turn like this, you know, or I can turn like that, but that's not very optimal. You can quick turn, which you can still quick turn in the remake, which is awesome. I'm glad they kept that. As far as, so we'll get into the crouch a bit. Stealth. This is more of like a new gameplay mechanic that we didn't have in the original. Stealth is amazing. It helps you in situations where in the original the AI would have had their back to you, and as soon as you walked into the room they would have known instantly where you are, you know. But the AI seems to be a bit more, I guess, modernized. I wouldn't say smarter, because if they were smart then they would just turn around, you know. But it allows for some fun plays. It can save a lot of ammo. But it comes at a price, you know, because more than likely, unless you have the primal knife, which we'll get into unlockables, you're gonna be using knife durability to get those sneaky kills. But I think overall the crouch mechanic is a good one, and it can help you get past a lot of, like, there are a lot of spots in the game where you don't have to kill a single enemy to get through. So that's pretty nice. The crafting mechanic is amazing. I like that we're able to do something random. I really like that you can mix a green herb, and a yellow herb. In the original, you can only mix, do I have any? Yeah, you can only mix these two. You can't mix another green herb with that. You'd have to mix a red herb with it. So that's cool. Crafting is nice, comes in handy whenever you need ammo. I feel like there's a lot of, like, there's a lot of, like, there's a resource problem, like, resource small compared to resource large. I was getting way more large resources than small resources, right? I've beaten it twice, by the way. Once, just regularly, and then, once on professional, and just to show you, you know, kinda how many times I've beaten the original. Here you go. You know, I've beaten it. This is just on my PlayStation. I've beaten it plenty of times on the PS2, Xbox, all that. But yeah, I really love the original. But yeah, back to new mechanics. I like the charm mechanic. If you go to the gun room, you can, or the target practice, you can get these tokens, which you can also find laying around the map or around the game, like in little shootable treasures. That'll fall down. These tokens you can put into a machine, and depending on the combination you make, the more golden tokens you put in, the higher chance you have to get a good rarity charm. The more silver, or the less gold, the less of a chance you have of getting a good charm, you know. The charms help us out in various ways. There's a striker one, which is a nod to the glitch I'm doing right now, the speed glitch. Lets you run 8% faster. There are some resale charms. There's some craft bonus charms. So that's very nice. I mean, it all comes in handy, especially in the professional run. That Leon with the rocket launcher charm that lets you get like a sale on the rocket launcher. That saved my professional run. I was not beating Salazar. It just wasn't happening. So very nice, really. Let me see what else. So we went over movement and mechanics. Now I'd like to talk about the story. They didn't change a whole lot, but, like, they added more. Like they kept the same stuff and added onto it. My first realization of that was whenever after the village and you have to go to the windmill, that area is so much larger than the original, right? So they kept that area, but they just made it bigger. That was something I noticed like a lot throughout the game. There were a lot of spots that were like bigger that were changed, but I was able to recognize and felt like I maybe had a tiny advantage because I knew where things were, like in the original I kind of knew what rooms were what. So it was like a new familiarity, a very nice feeling. Let's see. Yeah, so story-wise, good. I like it. I like how they made the plaga more like obvious throughout the game that you were getting infected, and and by the time you get to like the island in the original, you barely even notice that you're infected. Like it's not a problem at all, except for like once Ashley coughs up blood and throws a temper tantrum. But that's about it. So let's see. Story. We got through the story. I like the environments. I like how most of the game takes place at night. That is a good thing. It made it feel a lot more scary. Because I think some of the scariest parts of the game are the night in the village whenever the first what do you call them, plaga heads, type 1 plaga appears. That's like the music that plays there is terrifying. And you have to shoot the boxes and all that. Very, very good. I guess we'll go a bit over Mercenaries since I did Mercenaries, and then I'll get into what I disliked about the game. Overall, though, main story, amazing. I loved it. Weapons were nice. We'll get into unlockables after this. Mercenaries, I'll just do a quick, 1 minute overview of Mercenaries. I like it. They fumbled some of the characters. Some of the characters are, unplayable. I don't like Luis. Luis has nothing going for him. He doesn't have a weapon that you can knock enemies back with. He has a pole and even then it's haha funny. It's not really optimal, and you have a chance of getting it. You're not even guaranteed to get the pole. So I don't think it makes him the best character. If I had to say the best one, probably Krauser because of his mayhem mode, and then Krauser or Hunk are tied for first, and I think Leon is second. I think Leon's actually really good in Mercenaries. Let's see. Now to go with unlockables, right? So with the unlockables, so I did my pro run pre Mercenaries, so I didn't have the hand cannon. I didn't get the easy way out with the hand cannon, I had to do this all on my own. And so it was pretty difficult. Also, I can't remember if I said this, but this is live gameplay. I'm playing right now, that's me. But yeah, I wanted y'all to know that this is not scripted. This is literally me just talking, open thoughts. This is how I feel about it. Unlockables, they're nice. I think the hand cannon's a bit too easy to get for how OP it is. But I like the use of accessories and all that. The chicken head's funny. I'm glad they had some humor with it. That's another thing I like, is that Leon's still funny. Okay, so now what I don't like about the game. There's not really a lot I don't like about it. Most of my problems come from the Mercenaries mode, honestly. The HUD's too big, it's in your face, the characters are wacky. I don't like the lack of I know that we're getting Separate Ways DLC, but I don't like that was DLC, I feel like they could have just postponed the game, and then, because now, I've already beaten it twice, I'm kind of just sitting here there's not much for me to do. I've already S++'d every character on every map. There's not much more for me to do. Except for do these, excruciating, beat in 5 hours, New Game Plus, professional, hardcore, no death, no merchant, pistol only. I don't want to do that. That's not... I want to enjoy the game I'm playing. Professional was already hard enough as it is. I felt like a true gamer beating professional. Whereas in the original, I think professional is easier than normal because the enemies are so predictable, right? But overall, I've waited years for this. I knew this was coming. This was the first game I ever played. And this music right here resonates with me a whole lot. That blue flame right there has a special place in my heart. And I really appreciate this game for what it is. And even though it's 18 years old, I think it's truly the best game I've ever played. Rather if that's sentimental to me, because I used to play with my brother, or you know what. I'm not the only one who thinks that. A lot of people agree with me. It revolutionized gaming forever, and I think all in all that the remake of Resident Evil 4 did the original justice. While I don't think the remake is better than the original, I don't think the original is better than the remake. We didn't have the things that the remake had now, back in 2000 and what was it, 2006? I think so. 2004, I think. Yeah, 2004. We didn't have the things we have now, back then, you know? Like, this was the best game. This is the absolute best they could have done with RE4. 18 years ago, this is the best they could have done. I think this is the best game at the time ever released. This was peak. And it still is. I've always liked the older games. And so I feel like RE4 Remake is the best modern game. And I think that the original Resident Evil 4 was the best game of the early 2000s. And I think a lot of people would agree with me. There are a few people hating on Ada's voice in the remake. I cry about it. Boo-hoo. You're gonna harass somebody off the internet because you don't like their voice? What the hell is wrong with you? If you don't like her voice, just deal with it. There's plenty of things we don't like in this world. You deal with shit every day that you don't like. Every single day there's something you don't like. And y'all think just because you're sitting behind a screen, you can say shit about somebody or harass somebody because of it. If you were, what about the stuff you deal with in real life, you know? Like, what about, like, oh, I don't like that person's voice. You gonna walk up to him and say, shut the hell up, I don't like your voice? More than likely you're not. If you're talking about people on the internet and leaving rude comments on their posts, you're not gonna go up to them and say it in real life. You're a keyboard warrior. So that's how I feel about the whole voices situation. I like the merchant's voice in the remake. He sounds like a pirate.
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. What are you buying?
I love it. I love his original, I love his new voice. I love Ada's original voice, I love Ada's new voice. And I hope we get more Lily Guile, with separate ways. I don't think a lot of people understand if, like, you're just ruining the game for yourself at this point, because it's like, okay, yeah, you scared her off, she doesn't want to do any more Ada now? Well, how are you going to get Separate Ways DLC? It's going to be postponed. They're going to find somebody else. Unless they already pre-recorded it, they're going to have to find somebody else to do it. Which means you're getting a DLC pushback, and you're not getting new content for the game. So it's your fault. What other controversies surround this game? I'm sure there's plenty more that I'm not thinking of. This would have been a lot easier with the script. There would have been a lot less ums and pauses and... But, you know, whatever. I like doing honestly, I don't want to edit a review. Because I've already talked about the remake so much. Like, I just want to enjoy it. But... You know. Here we are. Review. Honest, truthful, unedited. I think that's all I have to say all in all. great game. They did amazing. There's nothing more I could have asked for. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you did, hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you all in the next video. Hold on. There's a bro's about to leave. I know you're about to leave, but I said hold on, so you didn't. I have stuff coming in. I have a capture card coming in, and I have Resident Evil Dead Aim coming in. I know nothing about Resident Evil Dead Aim. I know nothing about these weird ass spin-offs. So expect that on the channel soon. Like it's on the way right now as we speak. It's on the way. So yeah. Peace out, guys.